It is time to upgrade this song with some automation, and let's see what we can do with the automation right here. First of all, what I would like to do in this breakdown, let's play this first. Okay, so I really like some change to happen right here on this breakdown during the entirety of its length. So let's say this synth first. Nice. I'd like to automate the filter of this synth. Let's do that first. Okay, so I'm gonna just automate this cutoff frequency value right there. Now, you see, as soon as I touched it, it appeared right here. So I can actually just close it. Now I have that parameter right there. And what I want to do is like determine the minimum, which is gonna be the beginning, where we're gonna start from. Okay, and what about the maximum? That can be the maximum. And I want this automation to have its own lane, of course. Makes it easier to manipulate. And I want it to be just like that. I want it not to be linear, so to go up slowly. Now we have that. Okay, maybe close it by the end right there. Just close it back. Nice. And what about the other one? Let's hear this. Well, let's apply some filter to this too. I'm gonna apply another filter on top of all of this. Top of everything, including the reverb. So let's do that before the actual reverb and delay. Just gonna apply a low cut filter like this. Okay, nice. Now I have that parameter. As soon as I touched it, moved it, it's right there. So what I need to do now is, because I want a gradual opening of the synthesizer from beginning to the end, right there, I need to figure out what's my minimum going to be. Where am I going to start? Let's play it. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's where it's gonna end. And that's where it's going to start. Now that's nice, I like that. Let's see if we can do something on the drums too. We already have this filter. So we basically want the same thing. I'm gonna create a new lane for this frequency, you see. That's what I want to automate. The actual ending is gonna be at the maximum value right there. And we're gonna start from, let's say, somewhere around 500 kHz. Okay, I like that as an intro. Let's see what else can we do in this second part, in this actual drop where we have the bass, where we have all the drums starting, and that's popularly now called the drop. So let's see what we have in the drop. So one of the things I do want to experiment with is this bass line. Okay, so this bass, although it does have these two filters on it, this is the one that actually closes it, the low pass. So if I change that, I like that. I think I'm going to introduce some kind of a change like this every fourth. I'm going to split this MIDI into two, and I can just as easily shorten it. So I can choose to consolidate this into one MIDI clip, right click, consolidate, or Ctrl+J. And now for this last note, let me check that out. So for this last note right here, I'm gonna make that a long note like this, the entire duration of the entire 1/4 beat, and introduce some filter cutoff automation like this. Just like that. Okay, maybe even slower, like that. Nice, I like that. I like that. I'm just gonna make sure that it comes back. And now I can just copy that like this, and I'm gonna copy the automation too. But what I can also do is make a new lane for this automation. Now I can copy the MIDI with the automation, or I can lock the automation. And now when I delete or when I copy, I don't copy the automation. Of course, now I want it. So that's one use of automation for sound design. So I'm actually changing the parameters of a synth I already made to play this kind of sound, like a percussive closed, almost a classic electronic bass kind of synth, to open at the end right here and give us some change. Of course, I can change the note right there. Try that like this. Yeah, I like that. So I'm going to copy that twice. Now that's some change in the pattern that I actually like. Let's see what else we got. Right here. Nice. Now I could change this a tiny bit also. Okay, I'm going to create a new lane with that parameter. I'm going to make this parameter also slowly rise over the course of, let's say, these two beats, just like that. Let's see what that sounds like. And maybe not so close even. Maybe keep the current value as the minimum and just rise up above it a tiny bit. Now that sounds nice on its own, but let's see if that actually lies well with the track, with everything else. And I think that I can keep that even longer. So what I'm going to do is use this loop. It's going to select everything right there. And I'm going to duplicate that. So Ctrl+D, that's duplicated. Now I can mark everything with a loop. Of course, I don't have this automation or this automation since I didn't copy that. I locked the automation prior to the duplication. Now I'm going to duplicate this only, Ctrl+D2. And for this automation, I'm actually going to move it all the way in the back, just like that. So now that entire progression that rises up slowly is actually going to last longer. I like that. I like that. That's good. Now what I would also like to do is play with the reverb that is actually inside the synthesizer already included. So I'm going to automate that too for this synth. I'm going to make a new automation lane for it. And I'm going to keep the reverb where it actually is for this sound. But I'm going to exclude that reverb at least a tiny bit for the sounds right here. So I'm going to grab this entire lane, just move it downwards. Have way less reverb on these. Let's try that. That's a bit too much. Just a tiny difference at least. Yep, I like that. I want these to be kind of just a tad bit closer to me than the actual one that comes on the first beginning of the bar. Okay, I like that. So I'm gonna copy this. Just gonna duplicate. Just like that. I like that. That's nice. Now what I would like to do also for just an example of automation, I'd like to exchange one of these also notes with another note from another serum. So let's say I would like the similar thing, just like here, but on another synth. So I'm going to create a new MIDI track, just like this. And I'm going to load the serum onto it. The easy way is to actually copy it from some other track. I can just as easily search for it here, like that. So load up a serum right there. And I can create a sound, let's say using a wavetable, digital ones, where are my spectrals? Okay, so spectral something. Let's see what that sounds like. Lower. Okay, monstery-like, together with the filter. So, what I'd like is to exchange, let's say this, for a note just like this one, right there. So, delete those notes right there. I'm going to exchange that piece of the bass with another bass line coming from this synth. I'm going to place it right underneath. And I've took the same note that plays here, just put it on the different bass. And what I'm going to do is map this knob right there, the change, to this macro that I have inside the synthesizer. And I'm going to map the same macro right here onto this cutoff. Just like that. Nice. Now, the only thing left to do is to actually automate that macro right here and see what's going to happen. Okay, what I think I'm lacking is some sub bass right there. Yep, some of that, maybe a bit lower in the volume. Okay, now that's done too. So if I wanted to perpetuate that throughout the song, I could just delete those, mark all of this, and Ctrl+D, duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. Done. Now I changed it. Okay, now what I don't like is the actual shape of that automation. I'm going to create a new lane for it, maybe do something different with it, like this. Let's see what that sounds like. That's a bit better, at least to my taste. Not everybody has to like the same things. Always go with your gut and what you like, and that's what music is about in the end. So this is something that I would put inside there and maybe even change it later. The whole point of this exercise is actually to show you how you can use automation for sound design. So shaping and maybe even connecting two of the parameters to one macro and then moving both at the same time. Maybe we could even change this waveform, find one that's more suitable for us. Yeah, I like this one better. Nice.